Out, it is incredibly difficult to actually hold your books with one hand and try to do something else with the other, which is probably the reason why I don't play the piano, because my two hands doing different things is not going to happen. Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katerina and welcome to my channel, and today I am not good of my voice. I'm getting better. There were days where I couldn't even speak, but still not my normal usual tone, so if you hear me screeching, that is why, and not because I am a cursed creature of the night. So today I bring you this video to tell you that basically I am going to have a TBR for October, and you're going to say, well, you're going to participate in Readathons, right? Because you know, I don't do TBRs if I'm not participating in Readathons. And I'm going to say, why yes, I'm actually going to participate in 3 different readathons, and you're going to say, girl, you crazy, and I'm going to say, yes, I know, but 2 of them have the same TBR, which is going to be easy enough, and then the other one has a different TBR, which is going to be harder to do, but I trust in myself, and it's just for me to have fun and read some spooky things, and if I cannot finish all of the prompts, I'm not going to beat myself up. It's going to be okay. So, without further ado, I am just going to tell you which readathons I am going to be a part of and what I'm going to read for them, of course. That's the main point of the TBR video. Okay, so the 3 readathons that I'm going to take part of are the Spookathon, which was created by Books and Lala from Books and Lala. And by the way, I'm going to leave everyone linked down below, as of course. And I believe that I've never done a Spookathon, but I've always seen her do it, and it always seems so much fun, and the prompts are really spooky and really fun, so I thought about doing it. And that one is from the 14th of October until the 20th of October. And so for that one, there's going to be a separated TBR for the other 2. So the other 2 have the same TBR, but this one doesn't. And for this one, you have to read 5 things, and I actually got 5 books to read, but if I can't, some of them fulfill the same prompts than the others, so I will pretty much fulfill all of the prompts with 3 books or something. So yeah, it's an easy one. Then the other 2 that I'm going to take a part of are the Sbooktober, which is created by Vanessa from Paper Fairy and has a lot of people working with her. I believe Reggie from Don't Stop Reading, Zariah from Zariah Rose, and Stacy from Stacy's Stories. And I think that, gosh, what's her name? The Bookish Babbler, I think. I think her name is Lissy, but I'm not sure. She's also involved in the project, so there's 5 people involved in this Booktober this year, and I have participated last year, I think, and on my first year on BookTube, which was 2 years ago. I think I also participated, so I really wanted to participate on that. And the TBR for that one, which is going from the 25th to the 31st of October, is going to be the same for a new readathon that is going on, that is called Nightmare Before TBR, in honor of Tim Burton and Nightmare Before Christmas, and that was created by Medusa Reads, and I'm going to leave her link down below. Go follow her, she's amazing. And the same TBR will go, although that one is from the 1st of September to 31st of September, so the whole month. I am just going to read the books for that one in the 25th to the 31st, if that makes sense. I hope that you guys understand this. I'm going to try and leave down below how I want to do things so you understand. So, without further ado, first I'm going to give you my TBR for the Spookathon, and then I'm going to give you my TBR for the Spooktober and the Nightmare Before TBR, so that you know what I'm going to be reading. So, as I said, for the Spookathon, there are 5 challenges, and I'm going to try to read 5 books, although it's only a week, so it might be difficult because I have classes and other stuff to do, but I'm going to try and do it. And if I can't, the prompts will be fulfilled with some of the books that I read, because they all fulfill different prompts, so it's okay. So the first one is, as always, to read a thriller. And for that one, I'm going to read one that has been out for a while now, and then I wanted to pick up for a while, and that is The Chalkman by Seiji Tudor. This, I don't know a lot about what this is about. Firstly, because it doesn't have a lot on the back. Look at this spine. Look at this spine, it's gorgeous. But as I was saying, it doesn't have a lot on the back that lets me understand what is going on. So basically, I think that this is about a group of kids, and they draw chalkmans hanged for some reason, and then bodies start to appear. And I have heard people saying that it has the kids as kids and then the kids as adults, which it's sort of a it-like thing from Stephen King. So I think I will really enjoy it, and I really want to see what this is about because a lot of people said they love it and a lot of people said they don't care about it. So I really want to see if I love it. Then the next prompt is to read a book with red on the cover, and for that one I chose Harley Quinn Breaking Glass by Steve Pugh and Mariko Tamaki. And this has red on the cover and it's Harley Quinn, so of course it's going to be red. And because it's a graphic novel, I decided that I could read it and spare some of the time that I'm going to lose with the bigger books throughout the week. So basically this is a reimagining of Harley Quinn in modern times, where Gotham is like being plagued by, gentrification, basically. And so Poison Ivy is basically doing peaceful manifestations against everything, and the Joker is trying to basically bombard the city, and Harley has to choose who she's going to side with in order to save Gotham, supposedly, or to throw it to pieces and just don't care anymore. We don't know. I don't know. I want to read and see what this is about. The art is really very interesting. So I am hoping, and this says red on the back as well, so I'm hoping this is interesting. So the next prompt is read a book with a spooky word in the title, and for that one I went with Final Girls by Riley Sager. Not only in English, Final Girls is a very spooky term because we all know, we that love scary movies know that final girls are people that survive a massacre of any sort, so of course it's spooky. But also the translation in Portuguese is sort of final lives, so it's also pretty scary the way that it's portrayed in Portuguese. So I think that this is going to be the best book to read. I have not read a Riley Sager yet, and I've been very excited to do so, especially because a lot of people appear to love the way that he writes his thrillers, and this sounds like a slasher from the 80s, so I am very excited, and I really want to read this. I don't know a lot about this. I know that there's 3 final girls of 3 different occurrences, massacres, and one of them disappears, and our main character is another of them, and they are trying to figure out what is going on, if they are being hunted, and how they can survive again. So that's very interesting. The next prompt is read a book with a spooky setting, and that for me is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. This is a small one, which is also why I chose it. A spooky setting is always a haunted house. I mean, wouldn't it be spooky to be in a haunted house? Like, of course it will be. And I have seen the Netflix show. I have loved Netflix show. People have been telling me that the book is different, but because it's a horror classic, I really think that I should read it because Shirley Jackson inspired a lot of new horror writers, including, I believe, Stephen King, which, I mean, it's gotta be good, right? So I'm really expecting to enjoy this. And it's a spooky setting. What else can I say? And then the last prompt is read something you wouldn't normally read. And for that one, I chose The Voices of a Distant Star, Words of Love Across the Stars. And this is by Makoto Shinkai, Arata Kano, and translated by Michelle Lin and Yora Hukutani. And this is basically a light novel, which I don't read a lot, so already counts. But it's also a sci-fi light novel, which, if you know me, I don't read a lot of sci-fi, which is really bad. I would like to change that, but I have specific tastes in sci-fi which kind of make it difficult for me to read more of it, which I really want to. If you know good sci-fi, tell me something in the comments down below because I might pick it up. But I don't read a lot of it, so because this is short, this is a light novel by Makoto Shinkai, which is an author that I already trust. An author, he's not an author, he makes movies, Japanese movies, animated movies, but then he translates his works into manga or light novels, so he's sort of an author, but he's not. You know, let's not, okay? So yeah, I really wanted to try this. I think this is a love story through time and space. Basically, a girl is sent to space and the boy stays on Earth, and time passes differently between them, and they exchange messages, but the messages don't arrive at the same time that they go out, if you know what I mean. So it's very strange, and I'm really excited to see how it works. So this is all for the Spookathon, so that week. And then for the Sbooktober and the Nightmare Before TBR, I have a specific TBR that I did in order to get all of the prompts of this Booktober, which are 14 prompts. So, of course, some of the books serve for more than one prompt, of course. And to fit all of the prompts from Nightmare Before TBR. And Nightmare Before TBR works in a way where you have Tim Burton movies, and then you have 2 challenges per movie, but you can only choose one of the challenges per movie, and you have to have a book for that challenge. So what I did was I chose the challenges of the movies, 1 per movie. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 challenges for this one, and I matched them up with the 14 of this Booktober. So I'm not going to explain to you. You will see. You will understand. Okay, I have faith in you. Okay, so I decided. Okay, I mixed 2 words together. I decided to start with Sbooktober, and I'm going to tell you which book feats which prompt and what they are for the Nightmare Before TPR. So basically, for Sbooktober, we are doing a harvesting festival, and I wanted to participate in everything because I am not from America. I am not from any place that actually does harvesting festivals. So my fall season, my autumn season, is very sad. So I thought that if I had the chance to participate in a harvest festival, I would want to do it all, everything. So yeah, that's it. Let's start with the beginning. Okay, so the first challenge for the Harvest Festival is Sunflower Field, read a book with flowers on the cover. And for that one, I chose The Witch's House, The Diary of Ellen, which, if you can see, has a lot of spiky roses in the cover. And this one will also be for the prompt Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for the Nightmare Before TBR, which is purple on the cover. And as you can see, her hair is purple. So it is solved. Happy days. Okay, the second prompt is Hayride, Journey or Quest. And for that one, I have a lot of possibilities. I have Into the Water, which I am reading for Sweeney Todd, Book with a Murder for the Nightmare Before TBR. And this is sort of a quest or a journey to find out who killed the person that dies in the beginning of this book, so it could work. Also, Emanon Volume 2 could work, since it is about the journey of Emanon, this girl. And The Girl from the Other Side, Volume 7 could also work, since it is about the journey of these 2 characters. So this one I am going to be reading for the... where is it? For the Edward Scissorhands Challenge, which is a book with isolated or lonely characters, which is what they are. And as I was saying, Emanon, I'm going to be reading for 9, Book with green on the cover, which... there you go, and her shirt is also green. You can't see it, but it's true. And there's green here, so there's green. Then prompt 3, Carn Maze, Twists and Turns. It's a book that you think it's going to have twists and turns. Again, Into the Water, because it's a thriller, will serve perfectly for this one. Then the fourth prompt is The Haunted House, a spooky read. And for this one, we could still go with The Witch's House Volume 1 or The Witch's House Volume 2, which I'm going to be reading for Beetlejuice, a book with haunted place or person, because the witch's house in here is haunted and so is the witch. Then Pumpkin Patch, a book with orange on the cover. And for that, I am also going to be reading Emanon Volume 2 because, it's orange. Do I need to say anything else? Then we have Apple Picking, a book that someone picked for you. And for that one, I'm going to read Snow, Glass, and Apples by Neil Gaiman and Colin Duran. And this is for the prompt Nightmare Before Christmas, which is an evil character that turns good. And in this one, I believe that the evil queen, this is a retelling of the Snow White sort of fairy tale. And I believe that Snow White is supposed to be evil in this one. And the evil queen is supposed to be good. So we have an evil turning good and a good turning evil, which is much more than what the prompt asks, and I think it's going to be cool. And I forgot to say, this one my boyfriend picked for me, and I didn't even know it existed, so it fits the prompt of someone picking it for you. Then is Scarecrow, a book that you're scared to read. And again, for this one, Into the Water by Paula Hawkins also works because I have seen people saying that it's very good, but I've seen people saying that it's very bad, and I am very afraid that I don't enjoy it. So, yeah. Then is Ferris Wheel, a book with a unique perspective. And for this one, I'm reading Tokyo Ghoul Volume 12 by Suhishida. This is from the perspective of people that are half ghouls, half humans, or plainly ghouls. And of course, ghouls don't exist. So it's a very unique perspective, if you know what I mean. And this is for the challenge Corpse Bride, book based in another world, because of course there's not ghouls in our world. So it's sort of based in another different world from ours. Challenge number 9 is Petting Zoo, a book with an animal in it. And for this one, The Witch's House Volume 1 can count since it has a cat here, and I flicker through the pages and the cat is a prominent character. So yeah. Then we have number 10, Face Painting, a book with transformations. And for this one, although a lot of the others could count, I decided to choose Hideout by Masasumi Kakizaki. Wow, that one is hard. Masasumi Kakizaki. Okay. And this is about this writer that decides he's going to kill his wife to change the way his life is going so far. I believe that, or he turns into a monster. There's someone that, or she turns into a monster. I don't know, but there's definitely transformations for what I've seen. This one is in Spanish, and I don't know if you can pick it up in English, but if you can, it's on the list of best horror mangas ever, so I do recommend, of course, although I haven't read. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. And this one I'm using for the prompt Dark Shadows, a book with black on the cover. As you can see, there is black on the cover, and yeah, that's it. Number 11 is Bobbing for Apples, a book that features water, and I mean, Into the Water, someone dies drowning. I think it features water. Do you? Because maybe I'm wrong. Then number 12 is Pie Eating Contest, read a book in 24 hours, and of course any of these mangas I can read in less than 24 hours, so any of these can count for this challenge. Also, challenge 13 is Candy Apples, which is a fall treat. While you read a book, you're having a fall treat. Of course, while I read one of the mangas, I can be having a fall treat, so any of these work. And the last prompt is Bonfire, you being warm and cozy while you read a book. And of course, any of these books can count. Normally, I read on my bed, and if I'm not reading on my bed, I'm reading my commutes, which I will always be with my jacket, so I'll be warm and cozy. So any of these count. So that is all of the books that I'm going to read for October. Of course, I have 14 days before the first readathon starts, and then 5 days between readathons, so I could potentially read something else, but that you're going to see in my October wrap-up, because I don't know, firstly, if I can, and second, if I can, I don't know what I want to read. So that one is for me to be adventurous and read what the fuck I want. So yeah, that's it. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, leave a like or subscribe, and tell me down below if you're going to participate in any of these readathons. I do recommend, because they are really fun. I always enjoy participating in October readathons and reading spooky books. And just tell me if you know any of the books that I'm going to read, no spoilers please, and what you think about them. And that's all for today, so happy readings to you all. Bye!